Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. Education is serious. All my life I lived in the South, so I don't know what it's like to go to other states and see what their issues are to why their schools have issues, reaching the students. And of course, attendance. Now, when I was in school, the reason why we had attendance problems were because of bullying, because the kids just wanted to skip, no longer wanted to be in school, or lastly, just disciplinary issues. But when I saw this story about Detroit, and I'm just not picking on Detroit. This is the story that they brought to my attention because I was minding my black-owned business. Yes, I was. So this was a heading that I saw. Brand new washers and dryers will be put into all Detroit public schools to boost attendance. Many kids miss school because they don't have clean clothes. And I said, hold on, let me find the right damn fan. Say what? You missing school because of no clean clothes. Man. And they said that their attendance has plummeted. And I said, yo, I would never want a child to miss school because they don't have the clothes or they have clothes and they're dirty. That can't be the reason why people aren't getting the education they need. Now, I had said, well, let me go on over here to the World Wide Web internet to get an idea, generally speaking, what are reasons why attendance is a problem. And these are the most common reasons, and I understand it because these are the most common reasons. One, academic difficulties. Maybe your child could be avoiding the class because the struggle to keep up, to grasp on to where they are, wherever they are in the school. Because sometimes schools don't slow down for those that aren't as advanced, and then sometimes it's just intimidation. People laugh at how you read. People laugh, that part. And of course, the resources that they have in some schools, it's just poverty driven. So the stuff you're learning is old as hell. So then you have bullying. We know that's a problem. You check your children so we don't, as the parents, don't have to check your child. But it becomes an intimidation factor as well because now they have to spend most of their days at this place where when they go, somebody's picking on them, stealing their food, beating them up. So I get that. Health-related issues. They said a lot of students frequent the doctors a lot. And, they have pre-existing conditions. And then, of course, that helps them, want to avoid those places where kids may see the healing process or their illness, that falls back into semi-bullying. Socioeconomic challenges like lack of resources and poverty. We just talked about that. But again, like I said, I didn't know that was one of the top reasons why. I knew it was a possible reason, but not the top. Mental health issues. Now we know, man, mental health is not just challenging our babies, it's challenging adults too. Everybody's got an issue, and we just got to figure out how to work it out. Lastly, family circumstances. So, home life can play a major role in why kids don't have the energy to do half the stuff. Sometimes it's about relationship status, divorces. Sometimes it's about, the guidance in the house. Maybe your family has to split and some kids got to go into foster. Some people got to be adopted. So there are several things, sometimes there's a lot of abuse that's going on. So it can cause the kids to just say, I don't want a part of nothing. And even though school could be a safe place, it still is a place that it's a lot when you're dealing with a lot. So when I heard about those, I was like, okay. But to see that Detroit's focus is about the kids who don't have clean clothes, that kind of hurt my feelings because there are people in the comments who was like, yeah, I do live in this district. And yeah, this is one of the factors to why they don't, because the kids don't have working washing and dryers where they reside. And then even though the schools have started implementing bringing those washers and dryers, now they're going to be adding about roughly, and we're going to say allegedly because I don't live in Detroit, about 100 washers and dryers across schools in the district by the end of 2024. Now we only got one more month, so how many washers have y'all installed? So people were looking like me that's not from Detroit was like, wow, for real? Like, Okay. And then they said a lot of kids do get picked on and made fun of because they smell. And so this gives kids an opportunity, or if the parents give them an opportunity to wash and not have to have any expenses. Now, I don't know if they provide the washing powder or the soap powder, but still, it gives the children fresh clothes for the moment. Now, those households that have multiple siblings, like, that's rough on the parents, because just imagine if you don't have an in-house washer and dryer. You got bags and bags and baskets of clothes, and you're spending all day. Now, my question is this laundry mat situation on the back side of the premises, in like in a secluded area so people don't see that's what these kids parents are doing, and then that's another reason why they bully these kids? Like, is it kind of separate in another building? Do you guys give them like a card or something to go to an off-site laundromat? Like, how does this work? Because still, even though you're helping, it's still that thing people deal with is pride and embarrassment. And even though it's a helping act, they still have to realize that they have to depend on something or someone. And a lot of people don't like that. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know this was like a thing. Like, man. And it makes you wonder with the PTA and stuff, are they aware? Like, can they create some assistance or some programs, or possibly get sponsorships or something? Because I don't want children to not be educated because of clothes. Because if that's the case, then we need to just go back to just having them study it from home so they can just stay in their sleep clothes. But that was hard anyway, because who gonna teach them if the parents are working, right? But again, I hope that with this story going as viral as it is, that somebody can lean on. Y'all can help, because all the money in the world, and I know you got money, because look at how much money this election raised. There's money. There's money. So no clean uniform should not be a reason why a kid is not being educated, because that's just that's sad. That's sad. And I don't want these babies to feel insecure, you know. I do appreciate a good uniform situation, because then it saves parents money that may not be able to afford it. But then again, you still got to wash clothes, regardless if it's uniforms or regular clothes. You still got to wash them. You still got to dry them. You still got to iron them. So again, what could be done to make sure that these families have the bare necessities so they can go and get educated and not sit home? Because the way that things are going, you need an education. You can't just be winging it, baby. No. So I pray that this story brings traction to the city, and all of the NFL teams and NBA teams can hear about this and just help. Because this definitely is heartbreaking to hear and to read and to discuss. But I'm just the messenger, baby. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, down fool with your girl, y'all keep y'all phones in your hands. So do me a favor, check out my website. Yes! www.shauniebeentertainment.com. Check out the fan gear option to drop donations, but there's no pressure to do either of those two, because I do see the likes, the shares, and the comments, and it means the world to me. So I always would tell you thank you from my lips to your ears. So you know I appreciate every bit of it, okay? Let's hop in the comments. Like I said before, every state has an issue or issues that the district is well aware of. Like I said, I'm not saying that the South is just ahead of time. I'm just saying that's not a reason why my friends didn't come to school is because of dirty uniforms. They just didn't come to school because they didn't feel like it. And they were doing other stuff. They were doing ratchet stuff. But overall, they did have clothes. But we gotta make it to where if education is a prime priority in the U.S., we have to be able to help those that don't have the finances to put their baby through school, baby. Come on now. Education has to be the priority, because without it, you can't go far. So in due time. Now, again, everybody stays in different states, and if you do stay in your state, let me know what that thing is that you see that the school is lacking or needs more assistance with. Now, I would say I hear more stories about bullying than anything. I don't I just hear about bullying and drugs. That's it. You know, they're popping the pills and they're doing the vapes. But outside of that and those fights that they put online, those are the only troubling reasons. So that's what's affecting attendance, is just disciplinary actions. And of course, going against the code of conduct of what the school allows as for a minor. And then lastly, just bullying. So what's going on in your neck of the woods? And then how can we challenge the school district to step it up? Because it just can't be about private schools and charter schools that's getting all the funding. We got to help the public schools because everybody can't afford to go to the other two. Keep that in mind, because Whitney Houston said, "I believe the children of the future." I still don't know what kids she's talking about, because these kids are different. But the ones that are wanting to learn, she probably talking about y'all. But y'all, until next time, next story, and I'm out this piece.